This is Bryan Kolesar from the Brew Lounge, and I'm here with
Sean McGettigan, Station Taproom.
Excellent. So I guess I missed your anniversary by just a couple of days. You celebrated it actually on April
Last night, April 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
And then the big party is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's the party.
Yeah. So I'm sure that's going to create its own memories, but looking back in the first year, do you just have any one thing, maybe apart from the opening night and really getting your dream off the ground, that stands out as a memory for you? Good or bad?
Good or bad?
Maybe start with the good.
All positives. No, just it's amazing to take a dream and see it functioning and tweaking things and making them work so that people are happy and ultimately the guest wants to come back and drink another beer with them.
So do you have a favorite beer out of the past year that you put on tap? Is there one beer that has been successful either for you or for your customers, or is it the same beer, or maybe you both have different beers, a beer that surprised you that your customers have really taken to?
Oddly enough, that's kind of a tough question because I love beer, I love all styles. But the beers that have kind of blown me away this year is almost anything from Hill Farmstead, and I want to say it's kind of like Arthur, Saison.
Right.
I was for a Saison made in the United States. It's one of the best beers I had this year.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that Sean came back because he's making great waves. The other Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Making great waves up in New England.
Yeah.
How about food-wise? Is there anything food-wise that has blown you away that the kitchen's turning out that you're just really happy with, or that your customers are really happy with?
Our Thai red curry. It's a wonderful, well-balanced dish. It's got enough sweetness from the coconut milk and enough spice from the Thai red curry paste. Just it's one of my favorite dishes. It's great with mussels.
That's been on since the first day, hasn't it?
Day one.
Yeah, I remember coming in before you opened and you talking highly about your anticipation for that.
Yeah.
What's the fastest beer that you kicked? Is there one that stood out that when you put it on, you're like, wow, an hour later or 6 hours later or that same day it was gone?
Always blinded a couple times this year, blinded the other, and that kicks. It's almost kicked before.
So you're going to be the first to kick tomorrow too?
I don't know, it's a half. There's a lot of six goes to tomorrow, but I think one beer that every time I put it on tap, it kicks in a day and a half is Green Flash West Coast IPA.
Oh yeah?
For some reason, every time I put it on, everybody gets crazy about it. And before you know it, it's game, and you're like, oh, okay. What now?
Well, I'm trying not to tell anybody about the New CL tomorrow because I like by the time I show up for it to still be on tap if possible.
I was just stoked to get that beer.
That's a great catch.
When it was offered to me, I was like, oh man.
And how about on the other side? Are there any beers that you have high hopes for, or any food items out of the kitchen that just didn't live up to expectations, or customers just didn't get the way you thought they would get?
I think everything's a learning experience. Nothing sticks with me. Maybe I want to think about the pots. Yeah, nothing really sticks with me. But yeah, I'm sure that everything's a learning experience. Right down to how you plate things up, or how you prepare it for the next night.
Well, maybe that's a good segue then, because my next question is going to be something along the lines of what you learned as keys to your success. I mean, you started out with a business partner who's no longer with you here. What do you attribute success to? What has worked for you? What's the most important thing? Is it finances? Is it surrounding yourself with the right people? Is it balancing personal life outside of beer? Or is it something else apart from all of it? Or is it all of it?
Well, balance in life, we haven't gotten there yet. I think the most important thing that I found over the course of the last year was that your regulars are everything, and your neighborhood is everything. So the people that are in your community are the most important thing. Those are the people that you want to come back time and time again. Obviously you want the people who far reaches that come and enjoy everything you're offering, but if the people in your community don't sort of kind of immerse themselves in your idea and kind of take a little pride in what you're doing as well, it's hard to be successful. And I think, like you said, balance. Just trying to find the time to hopefully be a good boss, to hopefully be a good proprietor, and notice all my regulars and say hi. I think the most important thing for me is definitely the guests that come in here and the employees that take care of the guests that come in here.
I'm sure it's hard to quantify, but do you have a sense of what percentage is kind of locals within almost like a walking distance or a very, very short drive?
Majority. It's I think a lot of people that originally would spend their money in Exton, Westchester, Phoenixville, now they can take a little pride in the place that's almost in their backyard and say, all right, look, this is Downingtown. Victory's been doing it for years, and people are taking a lot of pride in their community.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too far out of my neighborhood to be considered my local. Certainly haven't gotten down here as much as
You've got a great local, though.
I have my own great local up the road.
It's hard not to stop every time I drive by.
But you have the train station right out here.
Yeah.
And if we could have shot the video the other way, it would have been a nice backdrop. How much do you see that contributing to your business here? Has it been more or less, or just about what you expected?
I'd say a little less than what I expected, but I had anticipated a little bit more train business because this is a huge commuter station. A lot of people take this particular stop straight into the city. So I anticipated having a little bit more of that happy hour or evening rush from the commuters.
People who aren't just quite ready to go home yet.
Exactly. But I found that that the community kind of is here more than the actual commuters. If that makes sense. So I thought it was going to be that was a building clientele, and we would have to really work hard with getting the community, the local community, to kind of jump on board. But it was the other way around. The community jumped on board right away, and people in the train are just starting to realize that we're here. Over the last couple months. I've been taking the train for years. I've been
Do you have the train schedule posted back there behind the bar just in case?
Stack of train schedules over there, yeah. It's a big part of what we are here. It's part of our little, we are now part of Downingtown train station.
You mentioned Victory before, and I know we live in a great beer-rich region, and competition, maybe more so than in other regions, really drives business at all levels, from distributors and retailers to bars to breweries. Has competition in the bar business in this region, from my local down to here, and probably in a 10 to 15 mile radius, driven you to greater success? Do you think it's been a compliment to your success, or has it made things tougher?
I would say all of those combined. I would say as ultimately beer as a community, it's great. I think everybody's on the same page. I don't think there's a lot of competition there. I think everybody wants craft beer to succeed. Within Downingtown, I think we complement each other. Station Taproom. I think it's just another stop along the way instead of one over the other. I still dine there. I still drink there. We still serve Victory beer. I'm proud to be from Downingtown, and Victory's been a huge part of our success here. Kind of paved the way.
And you mentioned I don't know if you said beer geeks earlier, but that's what I'm going to say. The extreme beer geeks, have they tended to flock here? I mean, like you said, it's not a strong part of your business model to go after them, but have they found you nonetheless?
Yeah, I mean, some have. It wasn't a huge part of what we were doing, although I fall under that.
Yes,
the label of beer geek, and I take a little pride in that. Just I think we're more of a neighborhood bar that happens to serve great food and beer than a bar that is only looking for exclusive marketing and buying beers. Or those beers, but less events, less craziness. It's kind of a everyday local.
Solid day in and day out. Maybe that is the takeaway then. Answering my next question. Is there something that you've learned over the past year, from even before you opened, the planning and the development, the opening, that you would pass along to other future wannabe publicans?
Yeah, everything costs a hell of a lot more than all it was going to cost. I guess it's once you get on the train and you start riding, or that opening, hold on and get
You're
there.
right.
Yeah.
You're on it.
You're on it.
So now, if you have your, oh no, first I was going to ask before we go with the parting question. Is there anything that people may not know? What do you think is the least well known about Station Taproom today? Whether it's simply food on the item, wine on the list, anything that people may not know about Station Taproom or don't know as much as you would like them to know?
Yeah, beer, wine, and whiskey, and all great selections, all craft beer from around the world. No background. So I think that's something a lot of people might miss from time to time, just because they get kind of pulled into the world of great beer. We solely use craft beer from around the world. And I would say the other thing, the big two part, locally sourced food is a big thing for us.
You know, I didn't touch on that. We talked about that probably 6 or 8 months ago, and that probably would have been a very good question to add here. So maybe weave that into your answer to my last question about, what is your elevator pitch? You got 20 or 30 or whatever seconds to tell somebody Station Taproom and locally sourced food is a great part of that, I'm sure.
I would say Station Taproom, it all comes down to being, it's passion. It's conscious and passionate. And, as having a real head about you and saying, do it when you can and do the right thing as far as locally sourced foods, sustainable, taking care of the local business environment here, taking care of local business.
And you all take care of each other, and it's full circle.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, continue success, and have a great party tomorrow, and continue success.
I'll see you when you get here.
Cheers.
Yeah.